See, I've gone both, you see, because we signed with Sunday Best. When we started off, we talked to some majors. Sunday Best is an indie label, and it was amazing. It was good just having that team. For me, it was that thing of realising that I know how to do the music side of it, but there's probably people who know how to release stuff better than I do, having not done that before, if you know what I mean. But then with my last record, I started my own label and did it all completely independent. It was great having that kind of. I love both angles of it. I mean, not just on the independent side, the fact of having so much control and so much, it's all off your own back. If you fail, it's your own fault. But if you succeed, you get to reap all the benefits.
Yeah, I don't like major labels. I'll say that straight. Even though I'm like on a subsidiary of a major, I don't like major labels. For the simple fact that like they try and get artists that are completely finished that don't need to be signed. So that means they don't have to do any work. Do you know what I mean? So. Like in the whole line between being signed and unsigned, it's like it's got all fuzzy and everything now, because you can have an independent artist that has like 100,000 Twitter followers, 100,000 likes on their Facebook, release their album or mixtape, whatever, go to #1 on the iTunes chart, stay there in a week, and make probably about 10 times more money than they would if that same thing happened but on a major label, because they just had minimum promo and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? But on the flip side, if you have a label that really understands you and whatnot, do you know what I mean, and lets you understands how that works and how new music is supposed to be distributed and stuff now, as opposed to the age-old formula that they've followed for ages. They understand that and kind of work with the artists to like reach that common goal that they're all trying to reach, and I think it works. I think you should concentrate. I think every single label should just concentrate on albums doing sales.
I agree completely. I write albums and then the label makes singles. Yeah. You know what I mean? The label can then go, oh, that's the single, we're going to take this here, we're going to try and do this. And I'm kind of comfortable with that kind of, if they say that's the best thing to do, then cool. But what I do is I sit down and I write albums. I don't sit down and write singles. So
make that body
again, it's different though. It's different. Other people can go that singles route, and yeah.
It is, yeah. One of my favourite stories is from like Jack White and the White Stripes, yeah. He goes, because he wanted his music to it's that raw blues thing and it wasn't marketable or nothing, he said he was going to make everything else other than the actual music so plastic and like stylized, like, oh, we're just going to wear red, black and white, and oh, this is my sister, even though it wasn't. All these other stories, so that the label was like, oh my god, yeah, this is great, this and that, but they forgot about, oh, the music's totally untouched and it's just two people being totally uncompressed, unmixed and stuff like that. So
things like that, like everyone's scared of the word marketing and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with marketing and pushing it if it's to bring people to something that you want them to hear.
Yeah.
Like I did on when I put Introduction out, in the video I cut my beard off and then I eBayed my beard.
Yeah.
I didn't need to eBay my beard, but it's a news story. It got people talking. It got people going, that's ridiculous. Some people saying that's terrible. You're eBaying. That's so money grabbing or whatever. Because I made a point of saying no money will go to charity. This will all go to me and my label and doing my shit. And it's like no money. But it's the actual act of eBaying it didn't make any difference. It's the story of eBaying it that made the difference and makes the press. It's trying to be creative and interesting with that. So it doesn't have to be. You've got to be this big polished thing. It's working with what you've got and making a story of it.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is like the music is what you do in it. So make the music. Don't have any thought about marketing, nothing like that when you're making the music. Then, once you have that beautiful piece of innocent pure work, be like, how can I be a pervert and like completely violate this?
Yeah.
Like everything around it, the packaging, this and that, to make it seem more appealing. As long as the music is pure, then you're. I don't know, man. Like small gigs, I like big gigs. Fuck it, man. You know why? Because big gigs, you get like everyone at the front. I'll just look at like that's their experience of a small gig. And if you feel like, oh, this is too big, just look at the first 200-300 people you see, and then you feel like it's a small gig. And if those people that are way far back, I personally wouldn't be happy in a show being that far back. But if they're happy, then all the better, man. Boom. I wouldn't like to do it, but I don't know. I'd rather not do like, say if things go really, really well, do like arenas and stuff like that. I think that's just ridiculous. That's too, like, I can't see anybody. I can't tell if they're liking it or not. Do you know what I mean?
You see, you've caught me at an awkward time here for both of us, but was playing a Wembley Arena on Friday in front of 11,000.
Yeah,
that shit was amazing. But more than honestly, I generally think it's about the variation. I've done gigs that I've enjoyed more than that. But I mean, with the Wembley one, it was as exciting than looking at the photo we took from stage afterwards as it was actually being there. It was more to go, wow, there's that many people. But the actual gigs I've got the most buzz and energy from have been the little rowdy ones where you get the crowd just going crazy. And it's really,
So a happy medium, like 2,000, that's big for me.
Yeah.
Because some of us ain't Scroobius Pip. So for me, that's like, whoa, yeah, like, boom, 2,000-3,000.
It's just another Friday night, you know? Yeah. It's another Friday night and knocking about at Wembley.
Leg. I'm a leg person.
But this shows my walk priorities at the moment. I instantly thought of KFC, and I always go for leg. I always go for leg. I wasn't even thinking of it as a sexual question. I was like, I always go for a drumstick, a bit of leg.
I was actually thinking of food, but then I switched. Justin does not to Food City, but I'm glad he said that.
So,
I'm hungry. I ain't eating today.
Okay, same here. I'm thinking I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, MMA all day long. Mixed martial arts is my shit.
Versus manga.
Manga.
The most amazing thing ever put on this planet. Obviously manga. Like MMA, okay, loads of sweaty men running around, fighting each other, or anime.
You've admitted already that as soon as MMA gets manga on the ground, there's nothing you can do. You just get tapped out, you get arms broken.
Nah, man.
You can break your fireballs out and shit.
Nah, man. Come on, think about it. Bro, oh my gosh, manga's too much. You can't even... That artwork, everything. The artwork, the stories. Do you know what? That everyone said, what's my biggest inspiration? Anime and manga. They think I'm chatting like shit. They think I'm joking, bro. The stories and shit. If they somehow could put some of that into real life, bro. Not the fantasy crazy ones, just the normal ones. The storylines are so deep and whatnot. MMA is a senseless fighting.
I'm going to ignore that bit of goading, but I'm going to go on that. I think that's true. People don't realise how much you can be influenced by film and by things like that, and by manga and by comic. There's amazing graphic novels out that give me crazy ideas, but people always assume because I come from like a spoken word background, they're like, who's your favourite poet? Like, what author has influenced you the most? It's like Garth Ennis, the graphic novel writer, has influenced me. He did The Boys, he did Preacher, he done amazing stuff. So yeah, it's that thing. We have that walk thing of where inspiration would come from. But in conclusion, MMA is better.
Does MMA influence you?
Yeah, hugely. Genuinely, the craft of a good ground battle, the jiu-jitsu battle, honestly, it's a chess game. It's the most, it excites me one of them. Just seeing, I love the stand-up, but the ground battles when it's someone like Pal Harris or George Soteropoulos just really, or Damien Meyer, just going through these jiu-jitsu clinics. It's amazing.